Zergling's getting a lot of kills, actually. Doing quite well overall. But it looks like these Corsairs are going to get a couple more OV kills, which is going to be so painful for him. He's losing. This is probably his third Overlord, would be my guesstimation. Would be probably his third Overlord that has gone down. And Zero needs to morph that one of these drones into a sunken colony, I think, just to be careful here. Otherwise, his natural is gonna be at risk once again because he just doesn't have the side count to really produce units. It looks like all of his Corsairs that aren't at home have been taken down. I don't even know how many Corsairs he has. Maybe a couple, or Overlords. Yeah, he's got 2 there at his natural, and it looks like that might be it. We could be seeing a transition into some DT play, which would be really powerful at this stage with this few Overlords alive right now for Zero. DTs would be extremely powerful. It looks like we're also seeing Stork set up for a base at his natural expansion. Going to try and take a nice little lead this way. Zergling's going for another little run by, going to be successful in at least getting to the natural and killing that probe, but unfortunately that ramp once again is blocked off by Zealots, and 2 Zealots aren't enough to block that ramp. Got a forge up finally, so finally we could see some cannons up for Stork in a defensive posture. And we've got a 4th hatchery coming up. Might be seeing a transition finally into Hydra play, but no Spire really. Probably just doesn't have the gas for it. Doesn't really want to waste the gas on it. He's just going to try and pump out a lot of Hydralisk and see if he can stop this natural from coming up, which would be really key for him. Cybernetics Core is spinning, probably +1 upgrade actually. Might be could conceivably be Dragoon Range, but also could be a +1 upgrade on his Corsairs. Hard to tell which one right now. And the Corsairs do pick off another Overlord, but yeah, Hydras are there to try and defend. It looks like they're not having the most success here, and these Hydras are just not going to be enough against these this Zealot Dragoon force right here. And I'm going to assume that the Corsairs are all dead. Don't see them streaking across the map, so I'm going to assume the Corsairs all died, probably killed 1 or 2 Overlords, and 1 Corsair is still alive at the 6 o'clock position. Zero not shooting at it with his Hydros as he should be. Still looks a little bit off. This looks like he's not quite paying attention to everything. Otherwise, I think that Corsair would have taken at least a few more hits, if not already dead. He's trying to come back in here at the natural expansion. He's trying to do some more damage with his Hydros, but he just doesn't have enough. There's too many Zealots there. There's also Dragoons in support. There's too much there. Cannons are already up as well, so not going to have too much success there. The 3rd base for Stork is going to get up pretty easily. Looks like Stork is trying to trick a Dragoon through, and that's going to be painful here at his at the 6 o'clock base. That 6 o'clock base is going to definitely have some highly harassed mining for at least a little while, which is going to suck for Zero quite a bit. It looks like his Corsair does go down here, but yeah, Zero's going to lose mining at this base for a little while. Should probably take another base somewhere, seeing that Stork is also taking another base. Zero should really respond with a base of his own. But yeah, once again, Stork just has Zero on the back foot completely and utterly, and surprising to see that Zero was put on the back foot that easily. This wasn't even a dedicated 2-gate Zealot push. It was just 1 Zealot. Really, the difference between the 1-gate and the 2-gate in this case was just the fact that the 2-gate allowed him to get his ramp maybe a little bit better. But I think he probably would have had 2 Zealots there anyways. Didn't really matter. I mean, I think he would have had it no matter what. So really, Zero just wasn't prepared for this. Just didn't respond appropriately. Just responded as though he's going against an all-in, which his Overlord was in the area, so should have seen the number of Zealots being produced. Should have seen that the pylons that were being produced, the timing of those. Should have been able to figure out that this wasn't quite an all-in. And unfortunately, he didn't. So now he's just paying the price of initiative, and it's all in Stork's favor right now. Stork looks like he's coming in for a little bit of an attack. Probably not. I don't know if there's going to be a highly successful, depending upon if the second colonies are up in time. The first second colony is up. Looks like the second one up is up as well. It's going to be hard for there to be some focus firing as those Overlords are actually covering the sunken colonies. Cute little play there by Zero, but it looks like he's going to lose his Dragoons that were coming in for a pincer. They're going to get taken down pretty easily. All the Zealots are down, and the Dragoons are just in full-blown retreat now as Zero's Hydras are chasing. And yeah, you do not want your Dragoons to be in this kind of a fight against Hydralisk, and a lot of Dragoons going down here. And yeah, Dragoons are obviously more expensive than Hydralisk, so a Dragoon loss is just not the same. I got another phone call. I am so sorry, guys. I got another phone call. Okay, I am back for the second time. Once again, sorry about that. Hopefully the syncing doesn't get off by too much, more than like a second or two. I don't think so. Looking at the timer on my player and the timer on my sound recorder, it looks like they're almost perfectly in sync, maybe off by a second. Hopefully it doesn't end up becoming too much of an issue. But yeah, definitely Zero is just in a tough spot right now. He's only mining off 2 bases, and Stork's definitely got 3 bases, and it looks like he's getting another base at the 12 o'clock position, gonna try and get his 3rd gas. Which, yeah, is going to be a really nice spot for him. And Stork just looks like he has this game totally and utterly planned out. And Zero just looks completely and utterly unprepared. And yeah, Zero's not playing poorly. It's just like this is the difference between quality players where one person has the initiative, one person has like a good solid game plan, and the other person is kind of forced to be reactionary and is just trying to do what they can, trying to fend off everything and try and do their best under a bad situation. And that's kind of the difference we're seeing here. Against a lesser player, Stork probably would have already beaten Zero. So Zero probably would have already been rickrolled. But Zero is putting up a fight here in just a position that he wasn't prepared to be in, and unfortunately that's the case right now. And he needs to try and regain some initiative, whether it's a tech switch to Mutalisks, which could be powerful, especially at that 12 o'clock base. Hitting that base at the top left could be very powerful. There aren't actually a lot of Corsairs in the air anymore, so tech switch to Mutalisk would be very powerful. I don't even know if he has a Spire, though, unfortunately. So that's going to be tough to do. And yeah, these lurkers are actually going to do a lot of damage. Those are hold lurkers right there, folks. Those are hold lurkers, and those are going to come into play pretty shortly here. There they are. There they come into play, doing a lot of damage here. Nice hold lurkers by Zero, able to do a ton of damage. So those are all those Dragoons are pretty highly damaged, and yeah, I think a drop for Zero would help him out. A tech switch to Mutalisk would really be ideal right now, I think. I think a tech switch to Mutalisk would just be absolutely killer right now if he was to be able to pull it off. It looked like he might actually be going for a lurker drop. Yeah, going for a lurker drop at the natural expansion. He understands the position. He's a smart player. Zero is absolutely a very, very smart player.